Hey guys, Anthony here. It's Saturday, July 7th, 2018. I'm here doing a quick walk around on my brand new feel-free Lure 11.5 kayak. I'm going to go over a few features of this kayak, for which I had out for the first time today on the water. Earlier today when I had it out, you'll see the video that I posted earlier today. It was pretty windy out. And we had a really bad storm yesterday here in Charlotte, North Carolina area. And today it was residual winds, so it wasn't a perfect day for paddling, but I wanted to pick it up this morning and get it out on the water. So let's go over a few features of this 11.5 inch kayak. Alright guys, if you look at the front of the boat here, you'll see the molded in handle here. You're going to see 3 spots. 1, 2, 3. Where I have, in one of the spots, I have a ram mount for a camera. So any ram mount that will take like a suction cup will fit on that those 3 flat, smooth surfaces there. You've got a quarter turn hatch. I'll get in a little closer for you here so you can see it, with lots of room inside to stow away. And again, it tells you lock and unlock. There's 3 on it. 1, 2, 3. The hatch opens up, and inside, give you guys a peek. I'm not sure the actual cubic area there, but you can get rods down under the boat. You could get dry bags in there, of which I've got a 10-liter one in there now, along with my hat. It's a 10-liter XPS bag. Again, you could put these bags up to the front. You can get several dry bags in there of gear if you were going on an extended excursion. I've even seen some people that have their battery for their fish, their Lawrence fish finder, or their sonar, or even their electric motor. They'll mount the battery inside the hatch here and run the wires through to it from that. So you got this nice hatch here, 3 locks, quarter turn. Really good setup here. I really like it. So next up here you have, I'll walk around here. You've got your foot pedals on each side that are adjustable. Okay, you can slide those down here, down the track, and set those up for your feet. You've got the sonar pod here that you could, again, install a fish finder on top. This also has some storage inside, some dry storage. Give you guys this. You just lift these hatches, these latches rather. And this is tethered to the boat. Came with some scupper plugs that were in here. I didn't know it, but they were inside here in the storage box, of which you can store some items. You could also remove it, and you could see down right through the boat where your fish finder would go, the device that goes into the water. I forget what they call it. Give you a shot of that. And there you go. See that? See inside the box. And I'll give you a shot of the scupper plugs. I've got them in here. Came with 6 of them. I need 2 more because there's 8 scupper holes, or holes in the boat, drain holes. And so I've got the 4 or around the seat area here, 2 towards my feet, and then there's 2 more towards the front there, right there, and then there's 2 more in the back here. So if I wanted to keep this a dry ride, I'd get 2 more, and the boat would be really dry, a real dry ride. Alright, on each side of the boat you've got these really strong molded in handles here, along with your paddle leashes on each side. And you also have a molded cutout here that I'll show you in a minute that holds your paddle, and then you can just lay it there if you wanted, or if you wanted to secure it, you secure it with the little bungee that it comes with. And those are on either side of the kayak. Again, in the decking area here, you've got some really nice decking. I don't know what the material is. I'm going to give you the specs on this boat. I'll attach them in the video. But you got some really nice decking there. Really like how they did that. It's got real good footing. I did stand up on it once today, but I'm going to do it more so in the next video that I do. Today was kind of just a get acquainted with the boat video. You got some keepers in here on either side. You can see one over there, one over here, I guess for small packages or lures or tackle boxes you can keep in there. You've got a molded in cup holders, I guess, and that would be in the back of the seat. And I have the seat out of the boat right now just on purpose, just to show you guys the whole decking, and then kind of how the seat goes in. Once it goes in, this little metal bracket goes around, you screw that down, it holds the back part of the seat in, and then your front part is done with two of these quick connects on each side that you connect the seat, the front of the seat in with. Okay, so I'll put the seat in a minute. You got two rod holders, one on each side, with each has a rod leash on it. You've got some back strapping here in the back of the boat when you store, and I'll show you how much it holds. It holds my full size, my Yeti Roadie 20 liter cooler ice chest. Holds that perfectly back here. It'll also hold a Plano tackle box. It'll hold the black box, the fishing box that a lot of guys use for that. And really nice here, you got these bungees that move on a channel here, so you could scoot them back, put something bigger in, and scoot them back up, and then latch in your Plano box. You've got a back handle here towards the back of the boat, and again another, I'll show you that in a minute, another molded in handle in the back. I'll show you that. Another molded in handle here, a drain plug towards the back here, and then there's a spot here, you could probably see it in the video, of where you would put the rudder, which I plan to get. Especially today, it was a windy day. Having that rudder system in there would have been a really big help. And so that's all plumbed. I'll show you how they did that. So when you put your rudder on, you're going to run your rudder cables in through here on each side, and it runs to the back of the boat, and then it runs up to the there's a piece that adds to the foot pedals right here. It adds to each pedal, and then you move the rudder with your feet once that's put in. From what I saw on videos, it takes about an hour to install the rudder once you get it, your first time putting one in. So looking forward to getting that. I think it's a $200 investment to get that rudder added on. So let's put the seat in now, and I'll show you what it looks like with the seat in. Alright, I think you can see that. I'm going to go over some of the specs on this at the end, but the boat with the seat in it is about 74 pounds. With the seat out, it's about 10 pounds lighter. So the seat goes in that back channel there, and once it's in there, so you can see this in the video or not, I want to show you how that first one screws in. I think you could see that. So again, you'll take the clip, put it over the little bottom part of the seat there, and just loosen that bolt enough to get it under, and then you screw it down. And you do that on each side of the seat, and then towards the front, you can see that you're going to take your little quick connects, and connect that in, and you could pull that snug. And again, you do that on each side. And this seat is a multi-position seat. I'll give you a shot of that as well. There you can see it. Really comfortable too. It's got pockets on each side here. It's got the pull tab here, and so today it was really windy. When I first got in the boat, I had the seat up about this high, and I think it goes about 10 inches off the deck in 2-inch increments. So I think it's got 5 settings of 2-inch increments to get you 10 inches off the deck, so it's easier to stand up. But I had the seat all the way down when I first started. I had it up when I first started, and then when I had the dogs on the kayak in the previous video, I had it down because it was pretty windy out and it was my first time in the boat, and I was afraid with the dogs in there, they didn't have their life gear on. And so you can pull this up. Alright guys, it's easier when you have the seat bolted in, which I just finished bolting in. So this is the downward position, or the floor. You're down here low on the kayak. Say you were paddling out to an area you wanted to go fish or scope out, and then you wanted to raise the seat and sit higher and be able to stand up and down. You pull this straight up, and again that gets your seat to the proper height. So while you're sitting in it, that's the full height there off the deck, as you can see. Pretty cool. And when it's that high off the deck, of course, you could put a couple things under the seat as well. Give you another angle here so you could appreciate the height of the seat. I know when I was buying this boat, I watched a lot of videos, different ones, and the detailed reviews really helped because it showed me what I was getting, looking at. So really nice. And the tracking, all is proprietary tracking to Feel Free, so you're gonna have to buy their adapter mount if you want to use GoPro mounts or RAM mounts in the track here. I think they're like $29 per mount piece. They also have a bar that goes across the kayak, 2 different sizes that you can mount GoPros on and other gear, fish finders. They really have a lot of options for this kayak. If you look on the website, you'll see a lot of the items they have for this to build this up to like a true fishing kayak, including a pedal drive system that this boat can accept, and it also can accept, I've seen several guys with different types of electric motors in place there, with the battery running, and then they could run that motor. The main thing I want to get is for me right now, is maybe a couple of the gear track pieces, and then as I said earlier, the piece for the rudder. I think the rudder's pretty much needed for these boats. It'll definitely helps out, I believe, what I saw in videos. Alright guys, just to let you know what paddle I chose. I chose a Canon fishing paddle by Canon, and it's a slider panel, and it was slider panel, excuse me. And here you see I have it bungeed into the boat, and also it's in the little channel here that's cut out where it sits real nice. This particular one, I guess, has a ruler on it for catching fish, or you can measure the fish on. And the nice thing about it is, when on this boat, when you have the seat up high, you need more of a reach with your paddle. So a standard paddle is not going to do it for you. So when your seat is low, this paddle has a 240 centimeter size, and then it adjusts via these little push buttons here, and it could go out to 260 centimeters, which if you're sitting high off the deck like it is now, or if you're even standing, you could reach down into the water with one blade and paddle efficiently. So this goes from 240 to 260 in several different increments, and I was messing around with that today, and it seemed like it's going to work pretty good. And I believe it wasn't a super high priced paddle. I think it was $130, but it was recommended by the guy in the store. They have some other really neat paddles that are made of composite material that are a lot lighter, but they're also up there in price. You could spend $200 to $400 easy on a paddle, which definitely, if you're going to have a good kayak like this, you want a good paddle. You don't want a little flimsy paddle that's the wrong size, and then your boat's just you're not gonna be able to paddle it right. So get yourself a good paddle. I wanted to show you guys the area back here, so you could get a good idea of what it will hold. I don't have one of those black boxes. I think I do have a milk crate inside I could go get, but I've got a Yeti cooler. This is a Roadie 20. That's the Yeti Roadie 20. And you can see that fits in there with plenty of room to spare back here to put some dry bags or some other gear, whatever you have. And on these Yeti coolers, you could even get the little rod holder attachment that goes under the lid, and you could have a rod holder attached to that. You can get a cushion for these. So these are really versatile to have. I happen to have two of these, one in blue and one in white. And so if I did go out, that's what I'm going to use, because these are expensive and they work well. Again, you could also put this is a large plano box. I keep all my straps in. I keep some fishing gear in there, and all the straps that I use to strap the kayak down I keep in this box. So it's got an upper tray, and then a lower hollowed out area, and I've got my straps in different lengths, my ratcheting ties and all that go in here. So that comes with me. It's easy. I don't have to go crazy looking for straps. Where's my stuff? It's all in one box. I could just throw that in the vehicle and go in. And again, you could put dry bags under here. Again, this is a 10 liter. If that was stuffed out, it would fit perfectly back there. So you could fit several 10 liter bags in there, 20 liter bag. And then don't forget, you got the hatch up front that you could hold a boatload of gear in, no pun intended. A lot of gear in there. So you could definitely outfit this for a really good kayak camping trip, or go out if you went out for the day, you could really take some gear with you and have a lot of fun on the water. If you guys have been on my channel for any number of years, several years ago in Florida I had the Ocean Kayak Trident 13.5. I've got a lot of videos on my YouTube channel on that kayak in Florida. That's the one I sold when we moved. But I still use, I never sold the vest. That's my original kayak vest. Flotation device. That's a Stolquist. And it's got the an Easy Lock diver's knife on the side there that I keep tethered to it. It's got a whistle inside there, some other gear in each pocket, and so you could take a small first aid kit. It's a really nice fishing type flotation vest. And then I usually wear on the water some type of hat. Today I just had a regular ball cap on because it was overcast. Usually when it's sunny I'll have some type of floppy hat on, or hat that covers the back of my neck and my ears. Then usually wear long sleeve shirts. These little light dry fit shirts with the hoods on them are really good. You can put you could even cover your hands with them. Keep the sun off the tops of your hands if it's real sunny and you're paddling. So having the right clothing. I have the, I don't have them here, I'll get them in a second, the Sperry kayaking or boating shoes that I wear. They're really good. I'll show you those in a second. Alright guys, there's my shoes that I wear for when I'm kayaking. These are Sperry's. They're called Grip 3, Grip times 3. They got the US sailing team logo on the back. These are really nice. They have a side zip. They're like a neoprene material, and you could wrap that around your ankle, pull it. You could walk in the water with these, you could swim with them. They're pretty nice. Again, Sperry Topsider Grip 3 technology. They're real good, you know, if you're stepping in the water and you're you know, stepping on rocks or stuff, you don't want to cut your feet up. I don't like wearing sandals with my toes exposed, and so these are really comfortable, and I wear these, and they're working out pretty good. I forget what they cost. I was actually looking for them today on the Sperry site. I couldn't find them. I think they were under $100 when I bought them in Florida. Bought them in West Marine in Florida several years ago. So I still have them. Glad I took them with me, and I like using those. Let's look at the bottom of this kayak. Before I turn the boat over, I just wanted to give you some other shots of it so you could see from the side here. Again, I got it on 2 little chairs here, lifted up off the ground. Some guys put Gorilla Tape on these little parts here in the front and the back area where it can get scuffed up, and I could see why they do that. Another feature this has that I didn't show you is the wheel and the keel, and in my video today I did use this, pulling it down the sidewalk a little bit right before I got on the water. And so, here you go. There's a shot of that from the bottom. I wouldn't use this like taking it a long distance, because you'll scratch this here and the other piece here, and again, that's another place where they tape up, and I see why they do that. I'm probably gonna do that myself. Maybe also right here and right here, where if you're loading this boat on the top of a rack, you know, it'll scrape against the ground. So you want to get it loaded. There's the side here, looking at the bottom. Again, this got like a pontoon type bottom, very stable. There's your drain plug on the one side and the back here. Your handle. If you had the rudder here, you can't really grab this handle, so now you have this handle to grab. And this is where I bought it. Great Outdoor Provision Company in Charlotte. I think there's 9 stores total between North Carolina and 7 in North Carolina and 2 in Virginia. There's your logo. I just registered the boat with Feel Free today using the serial number. You register it with your name and address, and if there's any warranty issues or whatever, you got that. And actually, here's the serial number right here. It's also on your little certificate you get with the boat. Proof of purchase. It shows your serial number and some other important information on there. That's where I got it off of. It's got like a barcode on it. There's your safety warning. Again, I want to show you how the seat looks close up. There is the seat in place. Again, see how I snap these 2 female and male ring in here, quick connects, that holds the front part of the seat. Again, there's the other one bolted in, and then at the bottom, right where those round little heads are, that metal piece goes in, and then you just screw that down. There's your seat pull. There's the underside of the seat. They put a lot of thought into this seat. It's really cool. So here you see I got the scupper plugs, the 4 scupper plugs in the holes under the seat, and then the 2 here towards my feet, so when Teddy comes in the boat again next time, there won't be any water coming up through here. That'll be a dry ride. I could even put a little mat for him here, make it a little more comfortable for him. And again, in the front, I've got that buttoned up too. Oh, and there's your, they supply a grab handle if you needed to, you could grab onto this when you pull yourself up out of the seat. Pretty neat stuff, guys. They thought of a lot with this kayak. I really like how the front hatch is set up, how it looks. Seems to be watertight. I hosed the whole boat down today when I got home from the lake. Nothing got inside. Washed it down, dried it off. And so there you go. The one thing I'm going to add very soon, probably the first thing I get even before the rudder, is a set of wheels for it. In Florida, I had the scupper wheels that went up through the scupper holes. I think I did it in the ones under the seat to balance the boat pretty good. And you have to turn the boat on its side, put the wheels on, and flip it back over. And then you could just grab the front handle and walk with it pretty far distances. I used to walk blocks with mine, with my ocean kayak in Florida. But definitely want to get a set of wheels, or even the ones that have the strap that go around. And got to get a set of wheels for this if you're going to unload it and walk any distance to a lake or a river or wherever you're taking it, to make it a lot easier. You don't want to use that wheel in the keel. That's really only used for a short distance to pull the boat. Again, your tracks adjust here. Pull them all the way up so you guys can see it. Okay. Little picture of a fish here on the back of the seat. Again, with that seat up, you do have some room underneath. You could put a little tray or something there, keep your wallet and keys in, whatever. Just make sure when you put the seat down, if you have to put it down, you don't put it on top of anything you have stored under there. There's a close look at the pulls for the left pedal. Foot braces seemed really secure and sturdy today when I used them. Your sonar pod or storage bin, whatever you want to put in there. And your rail system for the proprietary rail attachments that they have for it. There's a close-up of the little round spots, flat round spots for the ram mounts, suction cup mounts. Another thing, guys, you could do with the seat is when you take it out, if you were taking a rest or camping somewhere, or you could take the seat out, put it on the ground, and use it as a chair around the fire to sit down, take a rest, take a break, without sitting on the ground. You can take the seat right out of the kayak very easily and sit on the ground with it. So another good feature of that seat. Alright guys, I got the boat kayak turned over. This is the back where the wheel and the keel is. Again, it's not for long distances, but it does come in handy. Again, you can see how that hull is designed like a pontoon. Back here you can see the scupper holes that don't have the plugs in them, and then in the front, the plugs that they give you also have a little piece you could unplug without taking the whole plug out and drain the boat if you got water in it. So you don't have to pull the whole plug out to drain it. It's just a little piece on top that pulls out of each one. There's the sonar pod, the bottom of it, that will get you access to the water for your motor or whatever you're going to put back there. And again, this is the piece that a lot of guys put the tape on right there. So there's your bottom of the boat. Again, very stable. You see some videos on YouTube with guys practically jumping in the deck there, and very stable. 11.5 feet, 34 inches wide, 74 pounds with the seat on it. Tracks well even without the rudder. And again, where I'm storing it, I'll show you guys. Right now I have it stored on a full-size cot, a little pad underneath it, a thermarest pad and a little blanket on top. Fits on there, stays on there real nice, out of the way. I can have it ready to go and when I need it. So looking forward to getting this out more and more, getting some more videos out. Again, I didn't show you on the seat here, but when you're in the seat and you pull these side things, you could adjust this for leaning forward, or you could even lean back on it. If you wanted to rest, you could let that go back a little bit as well. So again, a lot of thought went into this kayak, guys, and you know, for, I forget the total, like $1,200 or so, $1,250 for this particular kayak. The one I was looking at was about $1,000. Then I changed my mind. It was the Old Town Next. It was like a canoe kayak hybrid. Really like that one as well. But after watching videos on this one, I said, for, you know, 250 more bucks, let's get the feel-free lure and try it out. And so that's what I did. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think. And again, I'm going to be doing vlogs on this. This is the second vlog so far in the series. And this is blue camo. And I believe it comes in 9 different colors. The green one is really nice. In the store that I bought it in Charlotte, they had the blue and they had a desert camo. I really liked the blue though. I thought it was pretty cool. And so they even have a pink camo. And they have a 10-foot, an 11.5, and a 13.5 version of this particular boat. So 3 versions of the lure and 3 different sizes. All 3 get really good reviews from kayak anglers and regular kayakers, just pleasure kayakers alike. All give this boat high marks. There you go, guys. Thanks for joining me. Anthony signing off. Stay ready. Take care.